What's going on, guys? How are you guys doing today? My name's Ben. Welcome to benicellguy, and what I have for you today in this video is another episode of What Do I Think, which is the fourth episode number 4. What Do I Think is basically a series on this channel where I pick out a topic that's tech related and then I give my full opinions on it. And this video is being recorded at 5:59 March 28th. I do have to be aware of the time, so that way I don't keep it going over the limit. My goal here is to keep it under 10 minutes, and I will do my best to try to keep it up there. And it does go over a little bit. At least it will be under 15 minutes because that is my limit. But the person that encouraged me to make this video was Soldierknowsbest. He's an excellent tech reviewer. He mainly covers Apple stuff, but he does go off a little bit once in a while, you know, like Android and then Windows Phone and then some speaker docs, yada yada yada. But go ahead, check him out. All the social links will be in the description below. Soldier, keep doing what you're doing over there. Alright? Anyway, the recent video that I watched from him was titled The Future of MacBook Pros and the Mac Pros. Now, he was basically talking about, like, because they didn't really get a big upgrade since they were launched or redesigned, whatever, especially the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro it's basically a desktop tower, kind of like the desktops where, okay, it's only a computer tower like this, and then you have to connect a monitor to it. Whereas you would see some computers that are just all in one. You know, we got the iMacs, the Sony Vaio L series, and HP TouchSmart. You know, basically Dell. You know, all these other computers that are being produced that are all in one, and what he was saying is that, like, the Mac Pro, we could see an end to it. And as far as the MacBook Pro is concerned, we might see an end to those as well. That's what he was mentioning. Or maybe they might get a new design, I don't know. But here is my opinion. And I'm going to be talking about both products and whether they're staying or they'll be discontinued. Let's start with the MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro is an amazing laptop computer, and it's selling alongside the MacBook Air. It is a little bit thicker than the MacBook Air, but I would generally prefer the MacBook Pro over the MacBook Air because I love the design. And the MacBook Air is great, but however, the problem is that it's too small. Like, I would want, like, not a too large computer, but a somewhat big enough computer, and the MacBook Pro is an excellent buy. It's selling in 13 inches, 15 inches, and 17 inches. Whereas the MacBook Air is only 11 inches and 13 inches, and me personally, those sizes are too small for me. What you're seeing back here is a Sony Vaio F Series VPC F2, and this is 16.7 inches. Now, let's say if the MacBook Pro were to stay. Smart idea, and here's the reason why. Because the MacBook Pro compared to the MacBook Air features a CD drive, and people still use CDs these days. For example, companies are promoting their products, and then, like, they're promoting their services, and then what they would do is send people DVDs so that way they can just pop it into their DVD player, their computer, yada yada yada, whatever, whichever one has a CD drive on it, they'll pop it in and then they'll watch it. For example, like Disney Cruise Lines, they still do that. Not to mention the MacBook Pro is a little bit more powerful than the MacBook Air, so we can pretty much, the MacBook Pro is basically for those users that want a laptop as their primary desktop without having to go buy an iMac, without having to go buy a Mac Mini, without having to go buy a Mac Pro, because then if they get the Mac Pro or the Mac Mini, then they would have to buy separate monitors, which would be the Thunderbolt display, or just, you know, third-party manufacturer monitors. The MacBook Pro is an excellent desktop computer if you just want a laptop for your desktop like I do right here. Now, what if the MacBook Pro were to be discontinued? Now, if they were to be discontinued, Apple has lost their mind and they're not making smart decisions here. And here's why. Like I mentioned before, people still use CDs, but then, like, what if people require a lot more power and they want to use macOS 10? If they want something more powerful than the MacBook Air, they're either going to go for a desktop Mac. However, what if people want a powerful computer but they can take it with them? They're going to go for a PC. And for the people that are hardcore Mac users, the ones that stick to a Mac, they will not appreciate the fact that they would have to go find a powerful PC that's more powerful than the MacBook Air. Now, let's face it, you know, the MacBook Air, it's basically, people buy it just for the design, the portability. And, you know, that is good and all, but what about those people who actually does work, who actually does, you know, business stuff? I mean, the MacBook Air is great, don't get me wrong, but the MacBook Air is only great for those of you that just want to travel, and then, like, you know, some people actually use the MacBook Air to do all the editing, and especially when they were at CES. However, there are people who produce a lot of content and they want to, you know, I don't know, there could be some people who might want to, I don't know, edit multiple videos all at once. I don't know who does that, but maybe there could be someone out there. So the MacBook Pro, I think they should stay in the laptop line of Apple. So let's talk about the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro, what if it stays? Again, smart idea, because there are people who are hardcore users that, you know, do graphic design and all that, and they want to tweak their computer a little bit. They want the ability to put in hard drives inside. They want the ability to change the graphics card, the CD drives on there. You know, they want the ability to do whatever the heck they want with their computer. And the iMac is great, but when you get the iMac, it's basically what you get. Okay, when you buy the iMac, you get your money worth out of it, but it's basically what you get. And you could tweak it a little bit. However, it does take a little bit of getting a little bit here and there, and it's complicated. And then whereas the Mac Pro, it's easy. All you have to do is pop the latch off in the back of the MacBook. I mean in the Mac Pro. So let's say this is the latch right here, my iPhone, and then all I have to do is pull it up, and then it either goes into a, I don't know, a 45-degree angle or maybe a 90-degree angle, I'm not sure. And then you have a side panel on the side of the Mac Pro itself. All you do is just pull it out, and then you can see the inside right there. And I've seen the inside of the Mac Pro from videos I watched. It looks amazing. Whereas some PCs, you would just see multiple wires everywhere. Now, is it easy to get around? Again, when you're upgrading your PC, they're not all gonna be easy. Now, the Mac Pro is a little bit easier. However, when you're trying to connect your graphics card, it is a little bit difficult, because you do have to get a little bit here and there to plug in the graphics card. Now, what if the Mac Pro is discontinued? Bad idea. I don't know why thumbs up, but bad idea. Yeah, because, you know, again, the Mac Pro, some people really need a powerful computer, and then what are they gonna do if they don't get that powerful computer? Oh, that's easy. They'll go for a PC. But what if they don't want a PC? With Apple, you are pretty much limited on your choices. I mean, you know, Apple is great. I'm keeping an eye on the time here. You know, Apple is great. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is that, like, they have, like, so many limitations on there. And for the people who really want to, you know, use their computer for hard work, hardcore working or something, or business people that might want to use it, and they want to use OS X because they believe that OS X is much more simplistic and it's much easier to use than Windows, because Windows you have to worry about all this virus crap, and then you have to worry about an AVG antivirus running on there, Norton, McAfee, I don't know what other virus protection programs are out there. But the Macs, they are not likely to get a virus, which is why people would go for a Mac rather than a PC. So in my opinion, the Mac Pro definitely needs to stay. Now, you guys are really worried that the Mac Pro is going to be discontinued. Buy it right now. It may be the most expensive Mac out there on Apple's line of desktops or their computers in general. You better buy it right now. And if they get discontinued, you have to buy it from Amazon, and you don't know which model you're going to be buying, because, you know, you have multiple models out there, and they could be the ones made in 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, etc., 13, 14, 15, etc. You know, even though we're not in the future already, this is still the present. But Apple better keep the Mac Pro. That's all I can say. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why are you doing a video on the MacBook Pro and the Mac Pro being discontinued or upgrading if you're on a Windows PC? Well, here's the thing. Just because I use a PC doesn't mean I hate the Macs. I also love the Macs. But the thing is that I never owned a Mac before. And you guys are probably wondering, are you going to upgrade to a Mac? Well, here's the thing. This PC you're seeing back here, I've had it in 2011, September, and so far, it's almost a year since I had this thing, and I have had no problems with it at all. I am still satisfied with it. It may be even years before I switch to a Mac, and if my YouTube channel takes off like some of the big YouTubers, you might see me with a Mac. You know, I'm not kidding. You know, maybe you might, maybe you won't. You know, maybe I'll dislike the Mac and just stick with a PC. Maybe I'll dislike the PC and upgrade to the Mac. Or maybe I might like both operating systems and you know, try to get both of them or just run Windows on the Mac, because you guys saw my Mac versus PC debate video on what do I think, or my Sony Vaio review. I did mention about Mac and PCs on there, and I think that OS X and Windows are both capable operating systems. They're just different for different types of people out there. My name is Ben from benicellguy, and you guys want to stay updated on what's going on with me when I post a new video, because the YouTube subscription box sucks. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/benicellguy. And again, Soldierknowsbest, thank you so much for making that video. I hope you watched this video through. I should have asked, I should have mentioned that at the beginning of this video. I don't even know you did or not, but if you did, thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. And comment below, you know, do you agree with me? As well as you guys out there, you know, agree, disagree? What are your thoughts about the Macbook Pro or the Mac Pros? Would you rather stick with your e-machine? E-machine sucks. I will see you guys in the next video. You have a good day now.